just about kicking on the Yolo Rum Facebook page and on the Facebook group as well, and in the YouTube channel. So, but we got Larry Ulibarri with us.
What up?
Larry.
How's it going, guys?
Good, man. So we haven't had you on these webinars, but basically we just give the lowdown to everyone about what's happening in YOLO, and you wanted to come on and hang out this time.
Yes, sir. And my drink's on the way.
It's a good thing, Larry. Everybody's always asking where you're at.
I'm right here.
There you are.
So do we want to jump right into it with distribution update? And remember, I'm going to post this link in there for all you guys that are watching because everyone's jumping in. But there's going to be a time where you guys can actually use this link, jump into yourself, and actually hang out with Larry, Uncle Phil, and myself, and then ask your questions. So I'll share that link. But do we want to get into distribution and kind of an update there?
So Colorado distribution, it seems like it'd be an easy thing, but we're kind of beholden. Hey, I'm sorry. Do you have audio?
Oh, no, you can't hear yourself. They can hear you. We can hear Larry and them.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. But and the camera's right
Very
there.
disoriented.
Like,
Very disoriented. Okay, so anyway, I'm like, I have no idea how loud I'm talking right now. So
No, you're
excuse
good.
the situation.
You're good.
So in this business, because of the way that it's set up and the laws are set up, we really depend on a distributor. And we've had a lot of questions about, hey, what's going on? I can find it here. I can't find it there. A lot of that has to do with our current distribution. We are looking to upgrade that relationship and basically rejuvenate it, get it back out there. You guys will be seeing it in a lot more places through 2023. Honestly, we really just geared down because of COVID, and it was not a good time for small businesses like ours. And a lot of them actually ceased to exist because of what had happened. So the fact that we survived, we have a low burn rate. Everybody's curious about our finances. We're always in the plus because the company has assets, and our burn rate is extremely low. And so you can't win the game unless you're playing it. And that's really what's been going on with just the philosophy of our company surviving COVID. Well, coming out of COVID, things are really starting to happen a lot more quickly. And even here in the state of Colorado, you'll see a lot more action from us. You'll see us in a lot more places. You'll see us a lot more active being out and about. So we're really excited about, honestly, to be kind of past that and into the future of everything that we have going on. And
there's still the expansion in other states. So do we want to talk about Missouri at all? Because I know Sam had said there's a few locations that we're in Missouri, and so it's while we have that rolling out with distribution and kind of ramping back up here, we're still spreading out into other states.
Well, so that's really what this webinar is really all about. Are things that we've been really anticipating happening. They've happened. And we have shipped rum to Missouri, Connecticut, and the Connecticut deal is a big deal for us because it represents a couple other moving parts that we have going on that I can't really disclose because these are big steps for us moving into the future.
We'll have a few more YOLO rum drinks, maybe.
Even then, I got to keep these things. We want to kind of conduct ourselves in a smart way all of the time, and there's a lot of politics involved, so I don't really want to put the cart before the donkey. But it is extremely exciting. So we've sent rum to since our last meeting to Connecticut and also Louisiana. So in the last year, we've opened up 3 new states, and then through 2023, we anticipate even more states coming online. Also, beefing up our direct to consumer,
just being able to order online and finding it online.
I don't want to get too much into that, but we're doing more things on our side of things. I encourage everybody, even still. Well, let's go through the.
Because when we're talking about sponsors and what we're being involved with, the Clearwater Threshers, we're still involved with that as well, right? So that's a big
thanks
deal.
Thanks to Eric, and we've got a lot of good relationships.
So what is that though? That's the Phillies.
It's the Phillies
camp?
Farm Club. It's their AA team or maybe AAA team.
Okay. So they're connected to the Philadelphia Phillies,
It's
though.
one
So
of their farm teams
okay,
for
that's
Major
awesome.
League Baseball. And that relationship is a great relationship because we really can expand on that relationship, especially through spring training. And then by default, we become involved with those teams. So that's something that we've maintained even through COVID. So that's a big deal. So yes, we're still sponsoring the
Charles
Threshers.
Johnson, we were still sponsoring him, the UFC fighter who won his last fight, and he's got another fight coming up. He's also got a YouTube channel, but he's been just doing awesome in UFC and just kind of making his way up. But he's also sponsored by Yolo Rum.
And so we're still sponsoring Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson is coming through in big ways in the UFC, so that's really exciting to really sponsor things at a grassroots and kind of build up. And as these people are growing, we're growing too, and that's an exciting development. And that's honestly a post-COVID relationship.
What's up with the New York Harlem Underdogs and the Tri-State Admirals?
So that's a really fun opportunity that we have, and again, it's a blossoming basketball league, and these guys are super competitive. A lot of people that play sports know not all of the best athletes are just professional athletes. A lot of times there's politics involved. There's family situations. There's mental health situations. There's all kind of things that happen, and people don't get their break. But honestly, there are just a lot of talented people out there, and this is one way where people can showcase their talents, and that's really a blossoming situation. There's been um, a lot of competition to what has been kind of the status quo of considered to be professional sports, and I really love that a lot because that really embodies and it like it is what we're trying to do with YOLO. Like we're just a small company trying to break in amongst giants, and so it's fun to be a part of what all of these people have going on.
All right, we got a lot of questions coming in right now, so I want to get into it because we're live. You can use the link that we sent in there, and you can actually jump in this with Uncle Phil, Larry Yuleberry, and myself. Scott Farmer says, YOLO, happy holidays. Derek Fling says, YOLO fam, happy holidays and stay safe. Travis says, YOLO, we need the minis. And this is what we're going to get into. I finally managed to buy a case of the minis. This was Scott Farmer for stocking stuffers.
Awesome.
Stuffers. That took 3 weeks of requests, but I got them. James says YOLO. Trevon says YOLO. Jubal says YOLO. Minis, where are they? So a lot of these things have been questions about the minis. Is there a way to find the minis or a plan that's in place?
I know
right
Mayfair has them. They have a good relationship with the distributor. They've been keeping them in stock. The reason that I know is because I just bought a couple cases for Larry, so I know for sure that they have them. They have them in stock, and
you have all the minis, Larry. Is that what's happening?
By the way, what were you guys talking about earlier? I just want to let everybody know I also am a huge athletic supporter.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
Thanks, Larry. and oh wait, Larry's camera is going off. No, I'm just kidding.
Larry just got muted.
Okay. Yeah, so that so that's the answer to the minis. More people are asking about the minis, Scott Farmer, etc. Jubilee says, hi, Larry. And then do we still have YOLO sponsored Ford GT? Is there Ford GT sponsored by YOLO?
We haven't. That's a relationship that that's a pre-COVID thing. And we need to there's a lot of people that I need to circle back around with. And that is definitely one of those situations.
Sam jumped in there. If you guys saw that comment, he says he'll put together a list of some of the recent locations that have the minis, so that way you guys can find those locations.
And the distributor has them, so they are available. They are out there.
Cool. So let's keep it going. Again, we're going to post that link in there. If you guys want to actually jump into the conversation and say what's up, I know we did that with Bruce last time. The link is in there, and maybe it's not showing up for you guys on Facebook. I'll go into that comment room and post it myself. But that way you guys can jump in and have any questions that you might have answered. Travis at Hollywood, New York has a few questions. Will minis be available to buy during the holidays? That kind of answers that. So a lot of the questions about the minis. So that's good.
And I would grab those things. We're going to be doing the next series will be different, and they're going to look a little bit more like how things will look in the future. So it would be cool just to have some of these and kind of hold on to them. And we've really seen them kind of dwindle. So somebody is definitely grabbing them, but I do know our distributor has them in stock.
So we're talking about a lot of the things and a lot of locations that we're in right now, and the momentum that we've had. But do you want to talk about Alice Wells and her movie?
So that's another great thing. She's an investor. She's a huge supporter of Yolo Rum. She invested in our crowd fund, and um, she is a movie producer, executive producer, and they are producing a group of very talented people are putting together movies and specifically like murder mysteries. And we're really excited to be involved with everything that they have going on. They're extremely creative people. They've created a lot of assets for us, which will be made available to us once they unveil what they have going on. But it's
And we
really
saw a
cool
little
to be a
bit.
part
We
of that.
can't show anyone, but it was pretty awesome to see, without a
It's
doubt.
cool to see Yolo Rum. We are a featured product. We have it in a movie, and that movie will be sold and seen, you know, through the lifetime of that thing millions of times wherever it lives. And there's so many channels and so many genres and so many people just trying to buy content. So to be involved with people that are creating the content and creatively putting our brand out there, I'm a huge supporter of doing things in kind of an unconventional kind of way. And what they're doing and with those movies is incredible.
Are there goals for 2023 that maybe you can kind of give?
Rolling out that Google program, I mean, I just feel like almost like a ranting, I don't know, somebody that's maybe not mentally stable, but that is the main goal, getting the right situation. And I really believe that things happen in their own time and everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And that's when it was supposed to happen. So thankfully, it didn't happen. Right before COVID, it would not have been a good thing. But I really feel like it is really now is really our time, and um, there will be some challenges moving forward. There's always supply chain issues, and there's going to be things that might trip us up in the future. But I really feel like a lot of the knowledge that we've even gained over the last year is really only going to help us make sure that we're in a position that we don't let anybody down once we actually execute this program. So I would say launching more states. We have probably 6 states that are
In the
just
works.
on basically yellow light right now. Maybe if we could get
Slow
that to
moving. It's
flashing
slow
yellow or
moving, yeah.
green, but things just are in the pipelines. But there's more states coming online, and some of the big opportunities that we have that we've been working on really since for months, for over 6 months now, seeing those really come to fruition. And a lot of times when we embark on these big, you know, I really feel like momentum shifters for us. It takes some time to get everything down, to get all of the licensing down. Like it's
For
just
each state,
a
because each state
highly
has its own
regulated
rules.
industry, and we're at the we're beholden to the state, to the federal government, to the local government, to our distributors, and then the retailers, and then we have to come through on our side of things. And we feel like we are, best equipped now to be able to do that on our side of things. Now it's kind of getting everything in order and getting all of that to work for us.
Well, Johnny was wondering if they still get a discount on the website for YOLO, and it's actually if you buy 3 bottles, you get the fourth bottle for free, and you don't have to pay for shipping. So buy.yolorum.com for that. And Travis, yes, that's one thing that Sam and I have been working on is that affiliate link. We're dialing in some of the best programs that we can use to actually figure out what that reward based system looks like, because we don't want to turn it on and not be able to make sure that it's effectively rewarding everyone, or at least properly rewarding them for being able to be an affiliate. So that's still in the works for 2023. If I say anything more, Sam will exodus the chat. So
Well,
I
I
don't.
think that the affiliate program is just it's big. It's a program. It's a specific program, and then really Alice has helped us move that forward because she has a tremendous influence on Twitch. So she's like, hey, we want to get these Twitch influencers out there. This is how, basically we have to reward them. So it's something that when we roll this out, it will be a robust system, and we are extremely excited about it. That's an organic way that we can really get out there, really get our name out there, get our product out there, but get people, get YOLO into people's mouths that are influencers, and then having that direct to retail really set up so that it's just easy to get Yolo Rum wherever you are.
And just stay active with us, Scott Farmer. You always are active with us, and there's a few of you that just always are constantly being like, "Hey, where can we get this? How can I find it? I'm pushing here, I'm pushing there." As always, we say that every webinar, that just goes the distance on being able to contribute to everything that it is that we're doing. But just always ask questions in the group. I think what's nice is when we started this Facebook group, groups probably weren't as popular as they are now, or the resource that they were then. People didn't use them for what they could be. Now they are. And so I really hope that everyone takes advantage of just interacting with others. So if someone has a question about the minis, we're all part of the Yolo Rum fam. So jump in there, answer them, let them know where they can get the minis, and let's all help each other out with that. But it's always a great group when everyone gets here in the chat and just gets a part of this. So even having Larry in on there for this one.
Hi, Larry.
I use Drizzly a lot because it's just on my app, and I can just hit a button and have like YOLO to my house like within minutes. It's awesome, and it always finds the cheapest price, and then you just say how many bottles you want, and then you add some Coke you want or ice, and it's just so fast.
That's a great suggestion, Larry.
YOLO to that. Where's your drink, Where's your drink, Phil or Larry? There we go.
Here's mine.
YOLO. All right, so does anyone want to jump in? I really wish everyone's so shy, but it's like I would love if someone's watching on YouTube right now wants to jump in and get involved. Last time we did that.
Jump in?
Yeah, last time we did that, we talked to Bruce. I mean, it's cool to actually get involved with the investors, and Larry's on here, so I'm sure Larry wouldn't mind talking to some of them.
Well, it was awesome because like Phil, Phil landed those YOLO minis for me because my husband's birthday was just not like a week ago or so. And we had gift bags, and I wanted to put a YOLO mini in each bag. And so thanks for coming through, Phil. I definitely am going to get my hands on some of those minis that are left because I consider them definitely collector's items. I know there's going to be a redesign or a redo. So I definitely want to keep as many as I can. And then, I used to have a ton, and I never wanted to touch them. But then you'll have a party, and you're like, oh, I'm out of the regular bottles, and I wanted to make 2 more drinks. And then there goes a mini here, a mini there. So, yeah, I consider them definitely collector's items.
Sometimes you got to just break into the minis.
I love that Larry has a straw. He's just enjoying his cocktail.
Here's what's funny. I asked Chris to make me a drink, and I was texting him because I didn't want to have to get up and go make it. And I'm not that kind of guy that's like, hey, make me a drink or whatever. But it was taking quite a bit of time. So then when he finally brought it up here, I go, what took so long? He's like, I had to pee. And then he was mad. He's like, where's the thanks for the drink part? And I was all, thanks for the straw.
Well, it's good to get everyone on here for the holidays. I guess this is like the Yolo Rum holiday party. It's as close as we can get. Hey, but we did talk about that. I wouldn't say we have it in the books yet, but we did talk about getting all the investors together. I actually went to a spot today that I was thinking would be cool to kind of have everyone down at and hang out at.
I think even have everybody come down here, honestly.
To the YOLO office?
Yeah, I think so.
I like that. If you want to come down to the YOLO office, give us a thumbs up.
We can. We definitely need to schedule something. Obviously, after the first of the year, but I think that now is the time to start talking about that. And I mean, we could accommodate. I don't know, probably enough people.
Oh, we got someone. We got Lori. See if we can pull Lori in here. Lori, are you there? Oh, she was there. Lori was there and then bailed. We were so close. We were so close. Scott Farmer, where you at, Scott? I know you're watching this right now. Get in on this chat with us.
There's a bar that I've been singing karaoke a couple times. It's on Colfax. It's called The Owl, and had a really good time there. Cool people, good vibe. So I'd really like to get YOLO in there so I can drink while I sing.
You should definitely get it in there, Larry.
No, for sure. I'd like to have a YOLO night there and do a little karaoke. It's a really cool vibe. It's like one of those things where, it's a karaoke thing. So it's like if you know the guy, you're going to sing more often, or you're going to get on the list. But if you don't know anybody, you're going to wait 15 songs in between being able to sing. So I'm hoping if I bring some Yolo, I'll be able to like squeeze that gap. Maybe every 8 songs, I'll be able to sing.
So Phil, Jonathan Kaplan brings this up. Have you considered having a sampling tent at IMSA's Rolex 24-hour of Daytona or Daytona 500? Have you reached out to
Dude, that would be
NASCAR?
amazing.
Have you reached out to NASCAR to see about a placement of YOLO in their speedways around the country?
All of that would be amazing. It sounds like it comes with a price. I'd love to do all of that stuff. I saw
Yeah, you got a connection, Jonathan?
Hey, Jubilee. The cases are at Mayfair, just to let you know.
Cool.
But I'd love to do that.
She said Argonaut Minis, but I want a case. Oh, the cases are at Mayfair.
So
okay.
they have the full cases. Yeah. But I would love to sponsor some cars. I'd love to do anything in Daytona. I'm down for it. I don't like if it's spring break, if it's like bike week, whatever it is, like
rollerblading week
in NASCAR. I am down. If it's in Daytona, at Daytona Beach. I am like, we definitely need to get YOLO's definitely Daytona. I don't think we have anything going on in Daytona, so that would be a cool thing. When we do our launch, Florida weighs heavily into that, and actually Daytona Beach does, but maybe not in that particular way. But we are going to be doing some targeted things in Daytona.
Jonathan says he might have a connection. He'll get back to you. Get back to Sam.
That'd be amazing.
So there you go. Well, it sounds like he's pretty connected. He knew the in and outs about what was going on, or is this a big NASCAR fan? So, well, Jonathan, if you want to jump on the stream and talk to us, we'd be more.
Yeah, if you want to talk about it, we'll.
YOLO. We have. It's the holiday party. We want to learn a little bit about everyone. How's the distribution going? Luther Hall, I think he just joined in. He was asking about that. I mean, we briefly talked about that, but overall, new direction, kind of
we have refresh. 3 new states in 2022, which I think is commendable considering, and then the relationships that we have with those distributors. We have some big things happening in the Northeast. We've sent rum to Connecticut. That's going to be part of like 2 much bigger pictures for us that we are extremely excited about, that we will see come to fruition in January.
Well, here we got the answer from Jonathan right now. He works for NASCAR. He's our in. So it's just like the Charles Johnson thing. That's all you need. You need that connect. That just makes it happen.
Right on.
Lori said she lives in a small town. I don't get very good service, and it kicked me out. Perks of living in a small town. But hey, man, YOLO's even in the small towns being represented out there.
Yeah, well, thank you for trying.
Derek's all about Jonathan getting us in there. Scott Farmer jumped on here. Your local YOLO store should be able to order you a whole case. I did purchase at 10% discount for a case purchase,
nice.
And it took a couple of weeks for delivery. Look at him, man. I didn't even know.
Thank you, Scott.
I didn't even think
about that.
I wonder
which store.
What store was that, Scott? Let us know. Jubilee, Mayfair's cool. I'm on it. Thank you, Uncle Phil. This is cool. I love interacting with them because I think it's cool to just get them involved. And like we said, we didn't have that holiday party in person yet, but I mean, we have some ideas to get everyone together and have another like investor party. And
absolutely, we have to get everybody together.
Yeah, one last time. I think you're right. Get them into the office. It'd be a cool spot.
Yeah, have everybody down here. And
I love that. Yeah, bring in Larry. You coming?
Duh.
So what kind of drink?
Here at my house too, you guys.
We're going to Larry's house. Is that?
We're having a party at Larry's house.
I'm famous for letting strangers come to my house. It's a thing.
These are not strangers.
They're family.
Larry.
Well, I know, but I mean, like
this is family.
No. What I'm saying is, like, one time we were downtown for it was spring opening day at the Rockies, and I was partying with a bunch of people, and I was giving the whole vibe like, oh, we're going to party all day long. And then I did my whole slip away like I do, you know? And then so Kathy told like about 12 people, they were like, where's Larry? And she's like, here's his address. And like all of a sudden I got home. I was already buzzed, so I was like glad that I made home and I was happy. And then my doorbell rang and there was like 10 people at my door. And Kathy had given people my address. So I was like, yay! So then I invited all these people in, and we just
I was there when Kathy gave the address. That's a true story. But I will say that Larry came back and said he had a good time when everyone came over.
right. I accommodated. I
Well,
rallied.
that's good. Well, then let accommodate the Yolo family. You have a beautiful house, Larry.
You know, I have a theater downstairs. We could have VIP YOLO movie night. Hell yeah! And I have a studio downstairs. We can record a whole podcast down there. It's the Yolo Rum studio.
Scott said that he got that discount at the Saddle Rock Discount Liquor.
Oh, sorry. Nice.
At Piccadilly and Smoky Hill Road. And then Luther says, would you guys blank me with a YOLO promotion party? Would you guys blank? I don't know what it says. I think he missed a word there. So would you guys blank me with a YOLO promotion party?
Me a YOLO promotion party. Sure.
At Larry's house.
Larry's a yes man. At Larry's house.
Right. Kathy will give you my address.
Oh man. Hey, well, thank you guys for streaming. If there's any other questions, ask them right now. I'd love it if you guys got into the room.
So
with
where
us.
were we on our agenda for the meeting?
Oh, we hit everything. We hit everything that you wanted to talk about. And everyone asked the questions in there. The Fort Lauderdale herd, I think, is the only thing we didn't talk about. So we mentioned the sponsorships, the one with Clearwater Threshers and the Philadelphia Phillies. Charles Johnson, the UFC fighter, his next fight. Do you know when his next fight is? It's coming up
in like 3 weeks. It's coming up.
But he won his last fight. We talked about New York Harlem Underdogs and the Tri-State Admirals. We talked about Alice Wells and her. She's an investor. She's got her movie coming out. But we did miss Fort Lauderdale herd.
We did miss the herd. I just saw that flash up. That's why I wanted to make sure we are covering everything from the agenda.
So what is that?
What?
The Fort Lauderdale herd?
It's actually a basketball. It's part of the American Basketball League. Oh, I need to
so it's like another smaller.
I need to get this right. Okay. We had the jersey.
The jersey's made.
I had it here. I'm gonna
the
go.
yellow
jerseys.
jerseys.
I got to get this right.
Larry, is this you and I? He's got to get it right.
It's part of a basketball league, though. It's actually run by Nico Carroll,
Nolan Carroll's brother.
Mm-hmm. Great opportunity for us. That's something. Really a family relationship, and us being involved with that, and them, basically promoting us and what we're doing. It's I need to grab I have the jersey right here, so let me grab it.
Go grab the jersey. So Luther's question is, will you help me guys with a YOLO promotion party? I think that's always possible, right? Like, especially if you reach out to Sam and we get that conversation going. We're also yes men like Larry, so we're not going to say no unless it's not something that we cannot do. But we'd always embrace an idea and see how we can change it.
So the National Basketball League. Before. I knew that.
Yeah.
But here's the herd jersey with the National Basketball League right there. You got Coin Goat on the bottom. They have a really cool logo. And then on the back, we got Yolo Rum right underneath the numbers. So great placement for us. Those guys are hoopers. They're doing their thing. So it's
Derek
really
wants
fun to
one.
Be a part
Derek
of that.
wants a basketball jersey. Derek Fling.
I used to try to play a little bit of basketball myself, so I'm really excited about all the basketball.
Yeah, then he
stuff.
played me, and I forced him to quit.
Oh, please, fool. I'll put money on that.
Oh, let's go, bro. Let's go.
I'll put some money on that one.
Either of these guys play basketball, so I cannot judge.
Hey, well, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Jonathan said, you mentioned the Phillies. Do not forget about their minor league team ballparks like the Iron Pigs outside of Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, there you go. I'm a big advocate of baseball too. So it would be fun to get in all those places. And I really feel like we have an opportunity to be able to do that. And when we do it, we bring a lot of energy, and it's not just like these big brands that just kind of are, it's all kind of boilerplate. Every place that we are, we do, we put ourselves into it. So it really makes it a unique situation.
So Sam is always on it. He reached out to Nico about the jerseys, but it didn't sound like they were easy to come by. So, but That doesn't mean no. We're yes men, right?
We're gonna knock them off.
Yeah.
We'll run some. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Don't tell Nico.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Uncle Phil. Larry, you want to give any parting words? I know it's been a minute since you've got to hang out with everyone.
I know I'm looking forward to just getting out there and pressing the flesh with YOLO when we do promotions and club nights or whatever it is. Look forward to meeting all of you and interacting and, sharing some YOLO.
Absolutely. We got to do set something up for the few coming into spring, late winter, early spring for all of the investors and seeing you guys again, and then hopefully we have even some better news on the next podcast.
Well, Sam's going to make counterfeit jerseys. He said we probably could make the jerseys, so maybe we'll have some jerseys by the next investor party. But hey, thank you guys for streaming. It's always fun. Remember to get involved with the Yolo Rum Facebook page. Get involved with the YouTube channel. Always share the links. buy.yolorum.com. If you buy 3 bottles, you get the 4th for free, and there's no shipping and handling when you get those delivered. Larry said it too. You can get, if you're in Colorado, you can get Drizzly, have it delivered to your house. You can get the best deal on that. The minis. Where were the locations of the minis?
Minis. I mean, it sounds like you can get them everywhere. If you guys wanted full cases, Mayfair can definitely get you guys those full cases, which Mayfair is down here by the YOLO office, by the King Supers over on 13th and Cremeria. I know that's not close for most of you, but they do have them.
YOLOs are so perfect for when you're trying to explain YOLO to somebody, especially the gold. It really, it says it all by just simply handing them that mini. If they're a rum lover, it's that simple. I've just seen so many people converted by just the mini,
Absolutely. The minis I love the minis. Yeah, grab the minis while you can still grab them.
We love the minis.
The other thing is I think it's a big deal, and we haven't really talked about it a whole bunch.
What's that?
But our gifts.
Oh, and you say gifts, I say GIFs. Larry
the gift generators, and if you guys have an iPhone, like the one that comes with the iPhone is the worst ever. But I never use that one because those are they're stale gifts. So I've always used like Giphy or Gift Keyboard. But if you guys have Giphy or Gift Keyboard, and in the search bar just type in YOLO Rum, or even if you go to the YOLO Rum page, you guys would be super proud to see how much art that we've just built up. IP, intellectual property. Nobody knew what we were talking about 10 years ago, and you can rest your eyes on it. And that is all stuff that makes our brand. It's stuff that no other brand is doing, honestly, but you get to see really how productive we've been and even how current we are. We have holiday ones right now. We have New Year's ones. We have soccer ones, like all of our gifts. And I think that we just surpassed 7 million views on those. And that is kind of a really good guerrilla
so that's branding,
technique.
Right? If you got 7 million people seeing that GIF, even if they don't use it, if they do use it, it doesn't matter. That's 7 million eyes on our logo on YOLO.
And once we launch the Google campaign and people can see that I can order this and get it delivered to me conveniently, it'll all come together and they'll be like, oh, that's that GIF I saw, or that's the one that I used. And the beautiful thing is we're really owning YOLO, not just YOLO Rum, but really YOLO, and really using that to catapult our brand, but really jumping on producing as many YOLO gifts as we can. The YOLO gifts have all been the same for many, many years. If you look at the top ones, and I've seen the YOLO Rum gifts cracking in all over the place. So it's been highly effective for us because we've gotten in front of 7 million people that have just, they have no idea what we're about.
So they can look it up. If you guys type in YOLO, you guys might
YOLO
come across
or YOLO Rum. If you do YOLO, you have to scroll down. There are maybe 20 images or something.
Well, Larry?
And you can see. I'm sorry, Larry.
I use them all the time, the ones on Instagram and like all the real computer graphic cool looking ones. And the thing is, it's like anybody that's even just typing that phrase, those pop up. And, I will say to this day that people are still discovering that phrase, even though it's like super old. That phrase has been around for so long. And people to this day are having the revelation of knowing what that means and it clicking. And I know some people found out what that was years ago, and they're like, oh, that's so old. But it's like, it's still something that applies. It's still something that has huge relevance for people, and it's just an aha moment when that clicks in your head and you realize what that means, and it happens to people every day.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for streaming. Phil, any last words? I think you're gonna say something right there.
Oh no, I'm just. It's
Uh,
all part. We're hustling. We're over here hustling, guys.
all the time, man. All the time. Hey, well, thank you guys. I guess it's happy holidays, right? Until 2023.
Yeah, happy holidays. We might do one more. Oh, go ahead, Larry.
No, I was just saying happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Tonight's the first night of Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah to anybody that's celebrating Hanukkah out there. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We will be
Bah
seeing
humbug.
Kwanzaa. Thank you guys. We are really excited to actually. We'll be hosting something. I think that we might do one more webinar before that happens, but maybe not. You guys will be the first to know, though, and it would be great to see whoever can come down and hang out with us.
Cool. Well, YOLO. What last words, Phil or Larry?
To our, you were mentioning Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and all that, and I wanted to say to our Jehovah's Witness customers, happy nothing, because they don't do that.
Well, you used to be a Jehovah's Witness, so you know all about that, Larry.
Love life says, see you guys next year.
Love life.
I love
YOLO.